The Ugandan delegation to Egypt, led by Deputy Speaker Thomas Taiwa, arrived back in the country amidst the excitement of securing the hosting rights for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations. Former President Moses Magogo, who was a key proponent of the bid, says the idea of hosting the Africa Cup of Nations was birthed in 2017 when Uganda first qualified for the continental showpiece after 39 years.
And as a few members of the executive, we saw that if Gabon could host, and the conditions for those who travel to Gabon, it became our dream that whereas we have achieved taking Uganda to the Africa Cup of Nations after 39 years, and it was very sweet. But then we thought that it was also possible to bring AFCON to Uganda.
Magogo says the three host countries have agreed to also bid for the 2024 CHAN Championship to act as a dress rehearsal for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations.
But we have also committed to CAF that we are ready to host CHAN 2024 as the three East African countries, as a rehearsal to ensure that we improve, we understand our shortcomings before AFCON 2027 happens.
The three countries have also agreed to each prepare one more stadium on top of the two mandatory stadia to prepare for any eventualities.
And at least one of them should be a 40,000 seater. Why three? We are planning that in the case of any eventualities, that one member state fails, there will still be 6 stadiums from the other two. That is part of our contingency plan.
National Council of Sports General Secretary Bernard Ogwell confirmed government is committed to building the infrastructure needed for hosting the tournament.
Cabinet of Uganda approved the National Physical Education and Sports Policy for Uganda. And that is a statement of its own to concretize, see that there is no gap in the legal framework of government. I now know that the resources will be availed to construct and also bridge the gaps that we have in our infrastructural facilities.
Hosting Africa Cup of Nations in Uganda is also expected to boost the country's economy.
Because the benefit of hosting the Africa Cup of Nations is not for individuals, it is for everybody and every Ugandan. Because of the volume of the monies that will come through Forex, the volume of the businesses that people would benefit from, everybody selling, including the ones selling maize on the roadside, the border, the transport industry, the hotel, the airline.
National Council of Sports Chairman Ambrose Tasobia has rallied the country to get into the preparation mode as soon as possible if the region is to host a memorable tournament.
And I want to call upon all of us, the federation, the fans out there, the naysayers, the ones who are very skeptical about everything, that we need to embrace this and jump on board and start working. Like Honorable Magogo has said, now it's work.
The Eastern Zone of Africa last hosted the Africa Cup of Nations in 1976 in Ethiopia.
In the back of the net, they've scored it, Arqui.